Welcome back YouTubers to my channel of an everyday life of an aspie. If you're new, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and mental health, along with tips and advice along the way, and hopefully in saying this, taking you all on a journey what life is like for me with autism and the like. So if you're into any of this and much more that is to come in the near future, feel free to smash the subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. While doing this, there's a decision. If you want to join me on for me as a family member, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos like that. So today is going to be another interview like kind of video that I'm going to introduce to you all based on a new person by the name of Kay RenRen, who I've been talking to based on what's needed to be done, and I thank her in advance to reach out to me, as well as in saying this to raise an awareness and understanding based on her condition. Along in saying this also of that condition, hopefully we learn something along the way. And in saying this also, her channel link will be listed in the description below. If you want to pop over to say hi to her before I begin, feel free to pop over after this video is finished, as well as say that Aspie sent you. So once again, thank you Kay RenRen for doing this for me, and let's begin with this. So as we know, basically she is a survivor of MPNST, as well as in saying this, she obviously has Neurofibromatosis, which she'll clearly bring in what it is all about. So as I said, number one was what is the name of the condition and any common names that is known for this diagnosis that you're with, as well as what is it known for.
Good morning guys, I don't know if you guys can see me, but it's blurry and shiny in the background. But alright, let's get down to it. My name is Kay from Ruann Eats, and we are going to be talking about what are these on my face and hands. They are called neurofibromatosis. Sorry, I have my nose in here. And the common name for them are called NF, neurofibromatosis, and von Wreckling's disease. I think I got that right.
What are the signs and symptoms of this condition?
Number two, what are the signs and symptoms? Usually you have freckling of the armpits, more than 5 centimeters of cataracts spots, birthmarks, large birthmarks, more than 5. You do have nodules. I don't know if you guys can see it. These are the nodules. You can have seizures. You can have epilepsy, curvature of the spine, but I will link it down.
Number 3 is the causes and triggers for this condition.
What are the causes and triggers for the condition? You know what? It's hereditary or spontaneous. Anyone can have it. It's a 50-50% chance from parent to child. Sometimes both parents, no one in the family has it, but an offspring or a child can have it spontaneously.
How and when were you diagnosed?
How and when were you diagnosed? I was diagnosed preteen by freckling of the armpits and more than 5 or 6 cataracts spots or birthmarks, measuring more than 5 centimeters each. I did not have these nodules yet, or fibromas as they call it.
What are the struggles you have with this condition, and how do you overcome them on the everyday?
What are the struggles you have with this condition? My daily struggles are self-confidence. Sometimes I worry too much about what people think of me. Sometimes I do think that, oh, will these people, cross the street when I'm walking down the same path as they are? Or will they get up if I sit down on the bench next to them? Those are mentally challenging for me. And sometimes it's hard to get over it. I mean, people tell me, so F them, who cares what they think? But sometimes it really hurts because they are not the one that is going through it mentally and emotionally. So for me, when someone says F it, sometimes I get really frustrated, because it's easy for them to say just get over it, They are not the one physically, mentally, and emotionally dealing with it. How do you overcome it? How I overcome it? Sometimes I shrug it off. Sometimes it's not that easy. You know, for the most part, I just have to do me, you know. I just have to keep on moving forward because, you know, if I'm going to be stuck, stay stuck in this bubble, I will never get anywhere.
Has your condition stopped you from doing things that you love? If so, what are they? If not, why not?
Has your condition ever stopped you from doing the things you love? Again, yes. Because I do have fibromas on some parts of my arms, it stopped me from wearing sleeveless shirts, being out more, being more open towards others. Because sometimes I get scared and I fear what, like I said, people will walk away from me or remove their children from my presence. I think that's what hurts, is their actions instead of asking. I don't really fault them for being fearful of the unknown, really. But, you know, let's teach our children better.
How do you manage your conditions on a daily? Is there any form of treatments? Is there any medications that you have to take? If so, what are they and whatnot? And what are the side effects to these everyday medications that you may be taking? What do you do to treat the condition?
Okay, how do you manage your condition on a day-to-day basis? Sometimes, like I said earlier, it's hard to manage, you know, because there's no cure for it. Some people with this disorder, disease, which is not, you know, it's not contagious, by the way. Some people get worse over time with age. Some people are lucky that it doesn't really affect them. For me, I'm in the bracket of not severe, but alright. But to manage it, sometimes I do have pains, but I don't want to be dependent on medicine. So I do meditation sometimes. How do you treat the condition? There is no cure. Absolutely no cure. We do try to get the word out to find a cure or more funding and able to find more treatments. Right now there's only clinical trials. Sometimes they're approved, sometimes they're not. So by surgical removal, you can either do ED, electrodesiccation, which is laser, or general surgery, which they will literally go there with a scalpel. For me, since electrodesiccation is not available here where I am at, and it's quite expensive really, the only time that you can do removal is if it's hindering you medically. Other than that, it will fall under cosmetic removal and insurance won't pay for it.
What are the misconceptions do you hear about of your condition, and what do you wish to say about this in a way to, you know, abolish it or to give us a better understanding on this condition?
What are the myths and misconceptions? The myths are, you know, that it's contagious, that it's non-cancerous. From experience, it is cancerous. It can turn, you know, a benign tumor of fibroma can turn cancerous at any time. I lived through it. I was diagnosed with cancer last year and I'm in remission.
What advice would you give to the audience today about your condition?
And some people have it worse than me, and I feel it hurts. It hurts to see other people be in pain and others saying, you know, it's not that painful. If you're not living with it or going through it physically and emotionally and mentally yourself, then for me to hear that, you know, hey, you're alive, it hurts because I lost some functions of my leg where the cancer was. It's not the same anymore. So instead of walking normally, I limp.
Are there any benefits to the condition? If so, what
are there any benefits of your condition? No. Literally, I hate having enough. I don't like it. I was one of those people that says, oh, I'm never gonna get worse, I'm never gonna get cancer. I lived through it. I've lived through the fear, the scare. When they wheeled me to the surgical room, I didn't know if I was gonna see my little girl again. But thankfully, I'm here, and thankfully, genetically testing, she doesn't have it. So the cycle stops with me.
What is your pet peeves that you hear about of your condition on a daily?
What is your pet peeve? My pet peeve about having it is, in time there will be a cure. Yeah, it upsets me because others just say, oh, just, you know, you're alive today, so what? But for me, it hurts because, like I said, if you're not going through it, please don't say, oh, get over it, you know. There'll be a cure one day. But all right now we have our clinical trial. And I'm not approved for any of those clinical trials. And they already told me that my spine is kind of curved now, so I try to do as much as I can.
Can you describe what it's like living with this condition?
Can I describe what it's like living with the condition? On a daily basis. Sometimes I want to forget that I have it, but when I look in the mirror, I'm reminded that I have it. And I'm reminded that, you know, cancer can come back anytime. I'm reminded that I have 60 to 75% chances of higher of getting other cancers due to the fact that I already had cancer related to NF. The type of cancer I had was called MPNST, or malignant peripheral nerve sheath tumor. I know it's pretty long. And it was huge, you know. It was wrapped around certain nerves, and that's the reason why part of my limb is limpy, I guess you can say. I think that's what scares me the most, is knowing that my spine is curving more, and that I don't want anyone touching my spine. My medical team already knows no one's going to touch my spine because I cannot take the 50% chance of not walking. I do have shooting pain sometimes, but thank goodness it is not as painful as others have it.
And then last but not least, what advice would you give to someone who is in a relationship that has a person that they care about with this condition, or someone that hasn't got this condition that's in a relationship but would like to know more about it? And last but not least, is there anything else you would like to say before we end this interview today?
My advice for someone who is in a relationship with NF or any disorders or diseases, if you're not ready to be with them through their worst, let them know and don't let them hang on for no reason. You know, I mean, don't lead them on. Hang on to hope that you're going to be with them if you're not really there for them, you know. Be respectful of their feelings and their struggles, because if you're not mentally and emotionally invested with them through this journey, then let them know. And if you are invested in them as a whole, then show it, not half-ass. Because really, one day we're okay. Sometimes it's mentally challenging, but when I say mentally challenging, I'm not talking in a sense of, you know, leaving this world. It's more of a, am I mentally prepared to go out the door today? Am I mentally prepared to have the looks, you know, those strange looks from others? And I say, you know what? I have today. Let me see what I can do positively today. So, yeah. That's what it's like living with NF. So thank you for watching and listening. Bye.
Well, this ends quickly a brief overview of Kay RenRen. Hopefully you've learned something like I have. Smash the like if you've enjoyed it. Feel free to comment below. Feel free to comment below if you've got this condition and what are the myths and misconceptions you want to abolish, and how do you go on a daily to manage and treat this, so that we can open that floor board for discussion. And all for the do, guys, also as a form of another comment, also if you want to see more of these interview like kind of videos that I'm bringing out right now as one of my many future videos, smash the like or feel free to comment below just to say yes, Aspie, I would like to see more of these. So no further ado, guys, don't forget to follow me on my social medias. Don't forget to also basically go back to say hi to Kay RenRen. And I'm saying this also, feel free to visit my online merch store that will be on the screen as well as in the description below, as well as in saying this, if you feel the need or on your heart to actually donate, feel free to donate to the projects that are coming up as well as to this course I'm doing. Feel free to also do so by clicking on the link below in the description bar, along with also in saying this, just to, you know, give as much as what your heart desires, because every little bit counts. So for the do, guys, also feel free to share these videos along, and thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Do what love it do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you.